What if the biggest problem in your life is not the world around you, but the thoughts inside your own mind? Most people think their stress, fear, and frustration come from outside, from situations, from people, from problems. But the truth is deeper than that, because it is not what happens to you that controls your life. It is how your mind reacts to it. And if your mind is not under control, everything feels harder than it really is. Your mind is powerful. It can build you or destroy you. It can make you calm or anxious, strong or weak, focused or distracted. And the danger is, if you don't learn to control it, it will start controlling you without you even realizing it. Think about how many times your mind has created problems that were not even real. Overthinking, imagining worst-case scenarios, replaying past mistakes, worrying about the future, and all of this creates stress. Not because reality is always bad, but because your mind is not trained. A Stoic understands this clearly. They know that the mind must be trained daily, just like the body, because an untrained mind becomes a source of suffering, while a trained mind becomes a source of strength. One of the first steps to controlling your mind is awareness. Most people are not aware of their thoughts. They react automatically. They believe everything their mind tells them. But not every thought is true. Not every thought deserves your attention. And when you start observing your thoughts instead of reacting to them, you begin to take back control. Your mind will tell you to quit when things get hard. It will tell you that you are not good enough, that you cannot do it, that it is too difficult. And if you listen to these thoughts without questioning them, they will limit your life. But a strong person does not believe every thought. They challenge it, they replace it, they move forward despite it. Another important lesson is learning to separate yourself from your emotions. You are not your anger. You are not your fear. You are not your anxiety. These are temporary states. But when you identify with them, they control you. When you observe them, you control them. Control also comes from focus. Your mind becomes chaotic when it is scattered, when it is jumping from one thought to another, one distraction to another. But when you train your focus, when you direct your attention to what truly matters, your mind becomes calm and clear. Discipline plays a huge role here, because controlling your mind is not a one-time action. It is a daily practice. It is choosing not to react, choosing to stay calm, choosing to focus, choosing to act with intention even when it is difficult. There will be moments when your mind feels overwhelming, when thoughts are racing, when emotions are strong, and in those moments you have a choice. You can let your mind control you, or you can pause, breathe, and take control back, and that small pause can change everything. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the mind becomes stronger when it is trained to accept reality and respond with reason, not emotion, and this is what creates inner peace. Not avoiding problems, but facing them with a calm and controlled mind. When you control your mind, you become stable. You stop overreacting. You stop overthinking. You stop being controlled by fear. And this stability gives you an advantage in life, because while others panic, you stay calm. While others quit, you continue. While others react, you respond. In the end, your life is shaped by your mind. Your thoughts become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your future. And if you do not control your mind, your future will be controlled by fear, doubt, and distraction. So start training your mind. Observe your thoughts, control your reactions, focus on what matters, and build discipline every day. Because the more control you have over your mind, the more control you have over your life. Remember this: your mind can be your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. The choice is yours. There is a moment almost everyone has experienced. A moment late at night when everything is quiet, but your mind is not. Thoughts keep running, one after another, replaying the past, worrying about the future, creating problems that don't even exist yet. And in that moment, it feels like you are not in control. It feels like your own mind has turned against you. Imagine a person who had a small failure during the day, something simple, maybe a mistake, maybe rejection, maybe something didn't go as planned. But instead of letting it pass, their mind holds on to it. It replays it again and again. It adds meaning to it. It starts creating doubt. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail again? And slowly, that one small event turns into stress, anxiety, and loss of confidence. Now imagine another person in the same situation, same mistake, same failure, but a different response. They notice the thought, they accept what happened, and they move forward. They don't let their mind turn one moment into a story that controls their entire day. And this difference is not luck. It is training, it is control. This is how the mind works. It takes small things and makes them bigger. It creates stories. It adds fear. It builds pressure. And if you are not aware, you start believing everything it tells you. And once you believe it, it starts controlling your emotions, your decisions, and your actions. There are also moments of fear. When you want to take a step forward, try something new, speak up, take a risk. But your mind stops you. It shows you all the things that could go wrong. It creates doubt, it makes you hesitate. And most people listen to that voice, they step back. They stay in their comfort zone, and slowly, they miss opportunities that could have changed their life. A Stoic learns to face this differently. They understand that fear is often an illusion, a projection of the mind, not reality. And instead of running from it, they move towards it, step by step. Because every time you act despite fear, you weaken its control. There is also the weight of overthinking. When your mind refuses to rest, when it keeps analyzing, questioning, doubting, and no matter how much you think, you don't find peace, you only find more confusion. And this is where many people get stuck. Not because life is impossible, but because their mind is too loud. But control does not mean silence, it means direction. It means choosing which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones you let go. Because not every thought deserves your energy. And the more you learn to let go, the lighter your mind becomes. There will be days when your emotions feel stronger than your logic, when anger rises quickly, when stress feels heavy, when sadness feels deep. And in those moments, control is tested. Not in easy situations, but in difficult ones. And this is where growth happens. Think about a moment when you reacted emotionally and later regretted it. Words said in anger, decisions made in frustration, actions taken without thinking. And then comes regret, wishing you had paused, wishing you had control. And this is why Stoicism emphasizes one powerful habit: pause before you react. That pause may be small, just a few seconds, but it gives you space. Space to think, space to choose, space to respond instead of react. And that space is where control lives. Over time, something begins to change. Your mind becomes quieter, not because life is easier, but because you are stronger. You don't react to everything. You don't believe every thought. You don't get pulled into every emotion. And this creates a sense of calm that most people never experience. This calm is not weakness, it is strength. It is the result of training your mind, of choosing awareness over reaction, discipline over impulse, clarity over chaos. In the end, the battle is not outside. It is inside. It is between you and your thoughts, your fears, your reactions. And the more you train your mind, the more you win that battle. So the next time your mind starts to take control, remember this: you are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. And when you remember that, you take your power back.